How are you all doing? So, Strength Chat episode 8, and today I'm going to chat about what rest intervals are optimal for muscle growth. As is the theme with most of the episodes that I've done recently, this is a topic that is debated quite a lot. When it comes to something like this, I like to look at what the science is saying and what the experts within that field are saying. Within this instance, it would be Brad Schoenfeld. So this guy does a lot of research within this area and is basically a muscle building guru. To get started, I'm going to categorise rest intervals into 3 main categories. So the first one is short rest intervals, which is anything less than a minute. Moderate rest intervals, which is anything between 1 to 2 minutes. And the last one is long intervals, which is anything longer than 3 minutes. So using short rest intervals. Using short rest intervals has been shown to create or expose your muscles to the most metabolic stress. However, because of the short rest, it doesn't allow you sufficient enough time to regain your strength for the next set. Okay, this then means that you aren't going to be able to use or lift heavy enough loads as you should, which reduces the amount of muscle you will be able to optimally gain. Okay, so basically you're going to end up using light loads if you've got short rest intervals. However, these rest intervals are mainly used by bodybuilders for their accessory exercises. They aren't exactly in bad shape. It must be noted as well that for short rest intervals, you can use that for sneaky conditioning. All right, having a shorter rest means that you're not going to be able to cover as much, which means that your heart rate or your blood flow is always going to be quite high. And as well, you can use short rest intervals if you want to get a little bit of a pump on. So if you're doing a few bicep curls, short rest. Do a few more, you're going to walk out and your arms are going to be all pumped and full of blood. Now let's look at long rest intervals, okay? Within long rest intervals, this gives you a good enough amount of time so that all of your strength is recovered between sets, okay? This means that you're going to be able to use maximum force within your sets. So basically, you're going to be able to lift heavier because all your strength is recovered, okay? This is going to be used mainly by powerlifters or people who are wanting to get stronger. However, because of the long rest, it doesn't expose your muscles to as much metabolic stress, okay? So it means that you're not going to be able to put as much muscle on or be able to optimally put as much muscle on. As well, research has shown that due to the long rest, you're able to complete more reps if you're using weights anywhere between 50 and 90% of your 1 rep max, okay? Again, this is why powerlifters use it, because obviously they want to get and lift as much heavy weight as they can, and that's their percentages that they're probably going to be using from, okay? So long rest intervals, great if you wanted to get stronger, not so good if your goal is solely to put muscle on, okay? So I've covered short rest intervals and long rest intervals, but what about moderate rest intervals? Well, the research says that basically using moderate rest intervals, you get the best of both worlds when you're thinking about the benefits of short-term rest intervals and long-term rest intervals, okay? So why do you get the best of both worlds with moderate rest intervals? Basically, within the first minute of resting, the majority of your strength is recovered, okay? So that means that you're going to be able to use heavier loads, not as much as if you're using longer rest intervals, but heavier enough loads in your training so that you can create enough metabolic stress so that you can increase your potential for muscle growth, okay? So moderate rest intervals, you get enough strength so you can use enough weight to create muscle growth. And it creates enough metabolic stress, okay? That's it in a nutshell, basically, okay? The take-home points then, if you want to add more muscle on, then moderate rest intervals are the way to go, okay? So anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes. If you're wanting to get stronger, pull up a chair, take a rest. Anything longer than 3 minutes, you're going to be resting for that amount of time. And if you're chasing the pump or want sneaky conditioning, short rest intervals are for you, okay? In my opinion, you need to be using all 3, okay? So the main exercise or the main lift of your workout needs to be longer rest intervals, okay? Because obviously you want your big compound lifts, your squat, bench, deadlift, you want to be training them quite heavy, okay? For your accessory exercises, so anything after your main lift, okay, you want to be using moderate rest intervals, okay? The more muscle you've got, the more potential you have to get stronger. The stronger you are, the heavier loads you can use within your accessory exercises to put more muscle on, okay? So it's all interlinked. And at the end of the exercise, at the end of your workout, then you can use your short rest intervals for your finishers. Okay, so that's sort of what things are being said about at the minute for rest intervals. If you're solely wanting to put muscle on, then just stick to the moderate rest intervals. Okay. Any questions on this topic? Comment below on the video. Share it, like it. It's always appreciated. Okay. And I hope I've helped you out to plan your training and let you know how long you should be resting within your workouts. All right. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next week. Cheers.